I'm a security guard for Disneyland. I now know their sinister secret. I was so excited to get a job at the happiest place on earth. I grew up in Orlando, so my mom took me rather frequently as a young lad. And I was excited I could take mine for free from now on. I got a job as a nighttime security guard. I just had to sit and watch cameras. The parks aren't always empty at night, and I had to just make sure nothing suspicious was going on. I was so thrilled. I didn't have to put up with what day shift guards did. They had to deal with people drunk in Epcot, those feeling entitled because they spent thousands ECT. I remember in training asking a guard if he's seen anything weird. He told me on the Haunted Mansion ride they seen a woman throw her daughter's ashes out. When they confronted her, she truly believed her daughter would be a happy haunt she would see every time she rode the ride. Let me stop now and tell you, you will get caught dumping ashes and won't be happy with what they do to your loved one's remains. The strangest thing I was taught was Code 999, another Haunted Mansion reference. I was taught to use it if you see something odd, something unexplainable. We usually rotated what parks we would watch, sometimes certain hotels or even Disney Springs. I got Hollywood Studios tonight. I loved being able to patrol the grounds and see how Galaxy's Edge looks. I love how they added Star Wars to the parks, and I could see it away from the horde of tourists. I sat in my office watching cameras with my big mug of coffee they keep for us. And then things got stranger. I checked my watch, and it was 3 a.m. I watched a Mickey casually waltz down the street going towards Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. We never characters at this time. And plus, most people traveling were going to use the underground tunnels. I stared in disbelief as I seen a Donald Duck walking casually, then Goofy, then Pluto, then multiple characters, all going towards that way. My walkie was pure static, and I mumbled, "Code 999, repeat code 999. This is Bill and AK, what's going on? Why are there characters in the park?" All I heard was pure static. My gut told me to wait and just see what happens. Maybe more security comes, maybe law enforcement, maybe just let whatever is going to happen let happen. But I figured I could go solo. My walkie wouldn't get a hold of any other guards in HS or anywhere. I snuck to a dressing room and found an old Olaf costume. I put it on and clumsily walked towards Rock 'n' Roller Coaster. All the noise wasn't there, but where Phantasmic was. Typing this out feels so weird. It wasn't raining, but when I got near the commotion it started lightning and rain smacked hard and fast. I glanced and seen characters fill the benches and seats around the area. On top of a large rock there stood someone. I sat next to a Minnie. She turned to me and just stared. Didn't say any words, but just stared at me. She turned back and glanced to the stage. The intercom cut on. "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here he is, Mickey Mouse." I watched as characters began to bow and cheer. I tried to do the same so I wasn't noticed. I looked to my right side and a little girl stood next to me cheering. I think she's the ashes that were dumped. "Hey, everybody. Gee, thanks for coming. I'm sure glad to see you all. Now to business. We got this man here. What's your name, pal?" A man tied to a table was carried in by more characters. That was Jerry. He was in training with me. He looked beaten up, bloodied. "It doesn't matter your name, actually," chuckled Mickey. "All right, gang. It's time we offer a new vessel for Walt to dwell in. I think this man may be a good fit." He screamed while he was gagged. Mickey lifted a knife to the sky and stopped. He stared at everyone for what felt like an hour. He sniffed. "One of you is an imposter. Who is it?" "Shit. Listen, pal, we need Walt more than ever and can't do this with you here." Characters shuffled around in confusion, trying to find me. Then the ghost girl whispered to me, "Get out." I'm paralyzed in fear. This seems way too freaky. Then my walkie went off. 4 code 999, on way double. I turned around expecting to be mauled by characters, but everyone's gone. I'm alone in the stands. Except that Mickey on that stage was in the stands walking aggressively towards me fast with his white gloves stretched towards me. His eyeballs are missing and a high-frequency scream pierced my ears. I tried to scream as the gloves held me down. I opened my eyes and seen the ghost girl pulled him off me. I sprinted as fast as I could to my office. The shaking was surreal. As I sat down and grabbed my coffee mug, the lukewarm liquid covered my lap. I truly wanted to quit. But I got to find Jerry. I'm going to update in my search if I find him. I want to go home and hug my kids, but it's going to have to wait.